Thank you, folks. We really wanted to include in the festival a film that took a deeper look into Arab Israeli, Palestinian Israeli life, and to do it through women in a village, and also to bring up the topic of the violence within the Arab sector were things that we wanted to explore here. So to take this conversation a little bit deeper, we're really proud to have here the directors of the film, the co-directors. You met Adi Toledano and Dana Pney-Gil. Both of you are welcome to the stage. And we also are so grateful to our partners at Smola Muni. Please welcome Rachel Landsberg to moderate this conversation. Thank you, Rachel.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be together. I'm sitting here feeling very moved after having watched the film for a second time. As a woman and as a Jewish woman, it's really powerful to see the resilience of these women, the community that they've created. You capture the intimate conversations as well as their hard work and persistence and going after their dreams. So I just want to, first of all, just really thank you both for your work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
And I thought we could open up the conversation. I know at Swolomini we do a lot of work thinking about the relationship between Jewish Israelis and Palestinians. And just the work, the story behind the story that we saw, the work that you both did to build relationships to make this film come about, kind of what was that like, and anything else that you think the audience might want to know about the village Jisr, anything you would want to share in terms of thinking about that story, what's particular and special about the village and the women there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming and watching this movie. We are very excited. So we did the movie together. I work as a cameraman and a video editor, and I was shooting a lot of in Arab individuals in a place that I work that called Israel Social TV. It's an NGO that is doing articles about minorities in Israel, and yeah, this is kind of how I got to this area topic, and Dana will say a few things about it.
I'm Dana. I don't come from the background of film. Actually, I have a master's in music therapy, but I was always interested in the story of people and writing, and it was like a dream that was in the back of my mind, and now it's very exciting to have you all here watching the film. Maybe we'll tell a little bit about how did it happen, how did we get to Jisr al-Zarqa. Yeah. So it was 2019. I was after my first degree in Middle East, and I wanted to practice Arabic. So I came to Jisr al-Zarqa for a few weeks. There's a guest house over there, and I walk around, and I felt this place is so different and magical, and the people were so nice, and especially caught my attention the women. I had a lot of conversation with them, and I think they all told a similar story about their lives, about how life broke them down, and but they still didn't give up and continue moving. And the women in Jisr al-Zarqa, I think maybe you caught it in the movie, but they take the responsibility in the village. They work so hard. They provide, most of them. They work in very hard work, physical work, cleaning a lot, and they educate the children. So, I mean, they have not easy life, and also a lot of problems in inner family problems, and they still have the time to dream. So I was so inspired of that. I mean, it's crazy. And I said, we have to, people needs to know these women. I mean, and then it was a COVID time, and I had some time. So I did a Zoom course of journalism, peace journalism, and then they gave me cameraman to do whatever I want. Then I met Adi.
Yeah, so me and Dana went together to Jisr in the car, and our mission was we wanted to do like short videos about a woman from there, Miriam, the conductor from the Women's Circle, and about Amine, the protagonist with the donations. So we did like short videos, and we got a really good response from the villagers. It gave them power. They got to know about about another because of the videos. So and we thought it should be a bigger project, and we want to share their voice, and we decided to make a movie. And actually, we didn't know exactly how it's going to be. We had the link with Miriam, the conductor of the Women's Circle, and this is what she's doing. And the idea in the beginning was to make this circle and to see where things goes. And we knew that Amina has this dream about opening a donation place for herself, and in the end it's happened, but it's kind of we will tell more about it later. Yeah, what else?
And I think, I mean, of course, we were afraid. How come we could? How we'll, I mean, expose them like that? But all the time they said that they want to stop hiding and be ashamed. They want everyone to see who are the women in Jisr Azarka. And at the beginning, the name of the film was "The Strongest Women in the World." That was like we went with that name for a while because actually that's what we've heard in the village all the time. I mean, with all the talks that I did with
Also
women,
from the men.
From the men also. Everyone says that. The women of Jisr Azarka, they are the strongest. I mean, we heard it everywhere. So they wanted to be on... to people to see them, to see. So I think that helped us, I think, as a directors to keep on moving and feeling that, okay, it's the right thing to do, to film them, because, you know, there's a tension when you're doing doco. It's not always easy in that term. You don't know if it's good for them or not, but I think that they helped us in that way. What else? Maybe we should tell something about the village. Maybe, yeah? About the village a bit.
Yeah, also in the movie it's mentioned, but the village there is a 50,000 population, and there are 50% of children. It's considered one of the poorest village in Israel. Most of the women there work in cleaning, and yeah, it's very crowded place. The boundaries of the village is Kesaria, two towns, the wealthy towns, Kesaria and Magan Michael, and in the east side is the road to the north, highway. So they don't have really where to expand. This is like a background of the village.
And I think what's interesting is that the village has a bad stigma inside the Arab society. A lot of years it been considered like a poor and violent village with people that are analphabets. It's not true today, but maybe, I don't know, that's what people used to think. And I read somewhere that until mid-80s, people didn't want to get married from people from Jisr Azarka, so they got married within themselves. I don't know if you noticed, but Amina, there's a scene where she's asking for someone to help her read, right? So Amina, she doesn't know how to read, and I mean, and so I think this situation influenced on the women. I mean, they are marginalized twice. Once is being a woman in the village, and secondly, being a woman, a Jisra with women. So it's definitely influenced their experience and their lives in the village. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I'm going to ask a couple more questions and then we'll open it up to the audience. My next question is I'd love to hear from both of you if there was a particular moment in the film or during the filming, a particular character that you resonated with, that you felt, Donna, for you as a woman, and both of you just something that made you feel something, some connection.
Actually, we got connection with all of them, but I think I had a good connection with Ruya. She was a teenage. She got into my heart. She's very intelligent, and we actually in the beginning of the movie she didn't know so much Hebrew, so it was a good practice for me to speak Arabic. So we did also lessons together. Yeah, and and she has like a spirit of artist, and I really enjoying talking with her and felt connected to her.
Thank you.
It's hard to pick. I think maybe I'll tell you guys about Munira, just
Painter.
because the painter. Just because I talked to her like a few days ago, and I asked if I could tell you guys about her. So she said, "Of course, please tell them." I think. The storyline of her love life didn't get inside the movie because it didn't had an ending. I mean, she said, I think that she.
Single.
She said that she's single. I don't know if you guys noticed, but she said that, and like searching for love and having family, it was something that she really wanted, but we couldn't find an ending, so it didn't get to the movie. And on the by the end of the editing, she got married. Yes. And we went to the wedding, and it was so exciting, and she was so happy, and she was in love, and it was really, felt like everything is going on the way it should be, and then after a while, so she was very happy, and then after a while, she figured out that it's not what she was looking for, and that the marriage takes her freedom, exactly what she was afraid of. All these years, she didn't get married because she didn't want someone to cut her wings. I mean, she's an artist. She's all of her is one big freedom, and she didn't want a man to rule her. I mean, that's exactly what she was afraid of, and that's what's happened. And unfortunately, what? Yeah, yeah. She left the village to live with him because that was what's popular to do, to go to live with a man's family. And she left the village, but she kept the studio that you've seen. She opened, she kept it, and she used to go back and forth. But then she decided, no more. I'm leaving. She divorced, and it was a shame for her and for the family, obviously. But she said, I can't do it. And now she wants to go abroad and to show her paintings. Now that's her dream. She wants to go abroad to taruchot, exhibitions, and to go all over the world and show paintings. That's now her dream. And she's saying, it's a tough time for me, but I won't give up. That's it.
Thank you for sharing. I just want to say that I really loved, there was so much pain towards the end of the film, but the way that final scene really shows kind of the persistence and the intergenerational aspect of these women was really profound.
I will just say is that for me it was, I mean, I'm so privileged that I can choose the man who won't control me. I mean, it's unbelievable, but all the time I felt my heart went to her. I mean, it was, I wanted for her so much to have what I have, so yeah, it was not easy.
Thanks for sharing. I'm going to ask one other quick question, then we'll take questions from the audience. Just there's so many messages from this film that one could draw, what would be one that each of you would want our viewers to kind of take away with them today? And then we'll open it up to the audience.
First of all, we want to show what is to be a woman in the village, what is the experience, how they experience the difficulties that they are facing at. And I think also they are very courage. They have a lot of courage participate in the movie, because as a woman they have a lot to lose, and usually from what I know and from what I noticed as a cameraman that was filming a lot of Arab individuals, usually the women they don't get to film because of barriers of culture, and I think it's really big thing that they participate in the movie. And
Amina was divorced, that's true, and Ruya, she's still, but all the rest of them also, and it's not only the husbands, it's also, I mean, everyone in the village, what they think. I mean, it's not a common thing to do. So, but I think maybe what we wanted the people to feel is the experience of being like breaking down and rebuild again. I mean, I think the Women's Center, it was a symbolic to their whole lives. I mean, that's the experience of their lives all the time. And I think that's why also they were so skeptic about this project. I mean, because they're so used to it that projects are coming and going and NGOs are coming and want to help and go, and they're used to their lives, their personal lives, that stuff happened to them and they need to keep on moving and keep on dreaming. And that's, I think, the thing that we wanted people to feel. I mean, that though they're the feeling of breaking down, but still keep on moving and rebuilding again. I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
Why weren't those men who were supporting?
Could you use the mic, please?
Oh, okay. I'll take the mic. Why weren't the men who were supportive of the village project more respectful and letting them run the program? You didn't go into detail in the film about, it looks like they disappeared. They didn't get the keys to the building that they wanted. And why weren't they more supportive?
Let me tell you something. They really disappeared. I mean, that's exactly what happened. I wish we could have seen them in the movie, but I don't know, they just, I guess, didn't care. And yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, the center, the women's center, was neglected for almost a year, and
Still is.
no, now it's working like a
Once a week, maybe.
Once a
like,
week.
For young adults. It's not for women anymore, at all.
yeah. But Ruia, the girl from the movie, she is running the in this NGO in the center, and she wants like to bring back the woman, but still it's more for young adults. They're doing activities there. Yeah, maybe one day.
I think the way we felt it, that they don't matter so much. I mean, the women. That's what we felt. I don't know, and that's, I think, what the women that we were in touch with felt. And you know, there isn't one woman in the council. It means a lot. Not even one woman who has a key role. I mean, and they also don't have the key. So you know, yeah, that's how it is.
So it was unclear to me why they lost the building. We saw them working on it and then they'd lost it. What happened in the interim?
So what we heard, and also they talk about it a little bit, maybe it's hard to notice, it's probably like a small, like children's did it. They wrote on Facebook, they thought that this place belongs to this project of the building, like for Jews or something, and that's why they destroyed it. But it's also like children that we heard from Amina that they just wanted to take the toys from there. Yeah, still it was hard. Yeah, but that's probably the reason that they felt it's not for them.
I think the main issue, actually, being an Israeli, is women are not considered at all. We have daily murders of men, and usually it's the father or a brother or neighbor. This is the main issue. Therefore, I think the respect, the word, that's not the whole attitude, that's not. It's not working there at all. They don't know what respect what it means. They look at women as slaves to serve them. That's why we will never see a woman who went to school and once she's married, she becomes a housewife. Seldom you will see someone who will go out of her square life.
But the thing is, I think it's changing. Yeah. Also, Ruia wants to be in the council, and there are leaders, Arab leaders in some places.
And also now the young ones, they don't want to get married before they finish university. There is a
There is a change. It's
change.
slowly.
Slow, but changing. Yeah.
I think we have time for a couple more questions. here.
I came to this movie in the midst of all the world talking about Gaza and the West Bank, and so I did not realize for a while where this village was, and I see ocean, and so I thought, oh, this is Gaza. So I brought with me to the movie this reflection of what's going on in the Jewish world, in the Jewish-Arab violence. And I'm so glad that you focused on this aspect of culture in Israel that most people are just not aware of. We think of Palestinians as living there or there, and not in villages all over Israel. And I thank you for that aspect of
Thank you.
life in Israel.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Excuse me, Ernestine, bye. Would you-
I wanted to ask you something more about the technique of the movie, because it is so obvious that you are just an observer. Was this intentional, or was it somehow directed that you would stay out completely from the movie?
Yeah, it was intentional. We wanted to do a movie without interviews, like with scenes and a plot that going on. There is some voiceover, of course. Sometimes it's hard to avoid it. Yeah, it was a decision. Of course, in documentary, sometimes you direct a scene or like planning a scene that you want. Like, for example, we knew that Munira is a painter and she paints in the village graffiti and paintings. So we told her we want a scene with you painting. So we arranged a schedule time and we did it. But then what happens afterwards, it's the reality. But yeah, sometimes you direct scenes.
And I think we were very happy when we showed them the movie. Obviously, before the fine cut, we showed them. We wanted to get their approval. It was very important to us that they will approve the movie and it won't harm them in any way. And they said after they've seen the movie, wow, it's so real. I mean, it's exactly the way it was. It's exactly the way our lives are. So I think it gave us the approval that okay, yeah.
We have time for one last question.
Thank you so much. So I guess I have two questions, and you can answer the one that you feel you have time for. One, the issue of the violence that's not being addressed by the police in so many Israeli-Palestinian communities, I think needs a little more unpacking because a lot of people don't understand it. And the other is the people have been let down by so many NGOs. Are there any trusted nonprofits that are actually working with them in a positive way that we could support?
Good question.
Answer them both. If you can answer both questions.
So about the police, yeah, it's a known phenomenon nowadays in Israel that there's a lot of violence, especially in the Arab villages. Sometimes the police, they have, I don't know, maybe they are also scared, or I don't know, and also maybe sometimes they don't have enough koach adam, resources, and maybe sometimes it's not important enough. I don't really know. I don't know the politics around it, but I do know the experience of them. They feel like that the police don't do enough. About the other thing, I guess there are. I don't know which, but we can definitely find out. So. How do we contact you? Yeah, you can take our number. We'll talk. Yeah. Thanks.
I want to thank you all so much for this.
Thank you.
Wonderful conversation. I mean, again, as I started off by saying that this is at the core of what Other Israel is all about in terms of really focusing on the Arab citizens and the Palestinian citizens of Israel, and how complicated those lives are, and how underrepresented these stories are. I will add to that last question that the Minister of Police is Ben-Gvir right now, who you'll learn about tomorrow in Israel Ministers of Chaos, which touches on this a little bit, but obviously there's no good impact there. But up next, we have The Smugglers, another film relating to Arabs within Israel and talking about Arab culture within Israeli society. So please join us for that. Much more going on here. So please help us spread the word and join us for more. Thank you so much. And I want to thank, by the way, also to the last question, do check out our partner page where see what all of our partners are doing in terms of work there. NIF is definitely doing a lot of work in this sector, and I would highlight them as one resource. Thank you very much, and enjoy.